We're here today at the global unveiling of Volvo's latest vehicle. It's an all-electric compact crossover, the EX30. It's actually Volvo's smallest car, but it's also its fastest and least expensive vehicle. It's a very important vehicle for the Volvo brand, so let's take a look at what it has to offer. When the EX30 arrives in mid-2024 as a 2025 model year vehicle, customers will have two powertrain options. A single-motor rear-wheel drive version with 268 horsepower and 253 pound-feet of torque, which will accelerate from 0 to 60 miles an hour in an impressive 5.1 seconds. For customers that want the utility of all-wheel drive, as well as higher performance, a dual-motor version that adds a 145 horsepower front motor for a total output of 422 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque will launch the vehicle from a standstill to 60 miles an hour in a neck-snapping 3.4 seconds, making the EX30 the fastest accelerating production Volvo ever. This video is powered by Qmerit, North America's leading provider of installation services for electric vehicle charging, home energy storage, and other electrification technologies. See how Qmerit is making the energy transition easy for home and business owners by following the link in the description of this video. All versions of the EX30 will have a battery pack with a total capacity of 69 kilowatt hour, of which 64 kilowatt hour is usable. Volvo estimates the rear-wheel drive EX30 will have a 275-mile EPA-listed driving range once certified, and the range of the high-performance all-wheel drive version should be a little less and come in at about 265 miles. As for AC charging, the EX30 will have a 48-amp onboard charger and accept up to 11 kilowatt. However, when DC fast charging, the vehicle can accept up to 153 kilowatt, and Volvo estimates it will charge from 10% to 80% in 26.5 minutes. Now, if we convert that to miles added on a road trip, that means you should be able to add back roughly 200 miles of driving range if you stop for a half an hour, provided you plug in at a low state of charge when the EX30 can accept the most power. The EX30 is built on Geely's Sustainable Experience architecture and measures 166.7 inches long and 61.1 inches tall, making it slightly longer than a Chevy Bolt EV, but slightly shorter than a Bolt EUV. However, the EX30 is about 3 inches wider than those vehicles, and that opens up the cabin considerably, providing a more spacious feel in the cockpit. On the inside, Volvo really simplified things for sustainability as well as for cost reduction. Instead of placing speakers all around the cabin, the EX30 comes with a standard sound bar that stretches across the entire dashboard and is mounted at the base of the windshield. It actually houses 7 individual speakers. Now, Volvo claims that the soundbar clears up more room for storage and reduce the amount of wiring, which in turn reduces weight and cost. Now, like the Tesla Model 3 and Y, the EX30 doesn't have a dedicated driver's display. Instead, it has a single center-mounted display where all of the driver's information and infotainment options are controlled. The 12.3-inch touchscreen is vertically mounted and runs on the latest version of Google's Android, and it also supports wireless Apple CarPlay. As for storage, the EX30 features 31.9 cubic feet of cargo space, which includes a small front trunk or frunk, which is pretty tiny, and it's only big enough to hold small items like the charging cable and perhaps an extension cord. Being a Volvo, the EX30 also is equipped with the latest safety features built in as standard equipment. There's a driver monitoring system that monitors the driver for drowsy and distracted driving. It has Volvo's collision detection system, as well as a new feature that identifies passing cyclists and will issue an alert and prevent a passenger from opening a door into the cyclist's path. Volvo will also offer the EX30 in a cross-country trim with higher ground clearance and a rugged-looking exterior. It has black panels on the front bumper and tailgate, skid plates, a custom tubular roof rack, and a Swedish flag on the hood that gives the EX30 Cross Country a very distinctive look. However, the Cross Country trim won't be available when the EX30 initially launches in the US, and Volvo representatives wouldn't disclose exactly when customers will be able to order the outdoorsy version of Volvo's smallest electric SUV. The EX30 will be offered in 5 distinct exterior colors. There's cloud blue, onyx black, moss yellow, crystal white, and vapor gray. Pricing for the EX30 starts at a very reasonable $34,950 for the entry-level core trim with the single motor. Volvo has confirmed that a mid-level plus and a top-of-the-line ultimate trim will be offered, but hasn't disclosed the cost for the higher trims or the cost for any optional equipment packages just yet. When the EX30 does show up on dealer lots in the US, it will not qualify for the federal tax credit because it's made in China. However, because of a loophole in the new EV tax credit rules, customers that lease the EX30 are expected to be able to have the tax credit applied to the lease as a capital cost reduction. The order books are open, so you can pre-order an EX30 now, and I would advise you to do so quickly if you like this vehicle, because for what it has to offer, the pricing, the range, the performance, I think Volvo is going to sell these faster than they could make them. So if you're interested, secure your place in order and pre-order one now. Now you're going to have to wait a little bit because customer deliveries aren't expected until the summer of 2024. But get your place in line now so you don't get left out in the cold later. Listen, if this is your first time here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Follow us on social media so you don't miss any of the electric vehicle news and reviews. And as always, thanks for watching.